Ozzy Ardiles is back at number 4. Tony Galvin at number 11 after scoring as a sub on Thursday, and Nico Klaassen the substitute. Arsenal keep the team that beat Wimbledon on Thursday. Graham Rix back in the first team picture as substitute, but that team has just set a new club record of 18 matches without defeat. What a way for Arsenal to start their second century, and away they go, playing from right to left. Spurs are back in their old colours of dark blue shorts, which will please many of their supporters. But it's Arsenal in possession with Steve Williams. That's the first foul. Paul Allen was the offender. 2 Thomases in the Tottenham team and 2 Allens, so we'll get you used to that a little bit later on. For the moment, for this free kick, Tony Adams has gone forward for Arsenal, and so too has Viv Anderson. The header was by Richard Gough, the new Tottenham captain, wearing 5. Now the Arsenal captain, Kenny Sansom. Number 11, Martin Hayes. Anderson is still on the edge of the penalty area, and he'll have to stay there now because Arsenal have another free kick. Foul by Chris Waddle. And Quinn's at the back here, and it's come to Charlie Nicholas with the shot. Offside flag was up, it wouldn't have mattered, but the referee will play an advantage. Well, for those of you who don't live in London, who might appreciate a little bit of the local geography here, the 2 grounds are only 4 miles apart, and the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham supporters is legendary and passionate. And that's probably the last word applicable to this game. We shall see. Mitchell Thomas back in the Tottenham team after injury. Ardiles. Galvin is on the left. Still Ardiles. Galvin. Mitchell Thomas. Hoddle. And the top surface is very greasy because it's been pouring with rain in North London all day. Waddle again. Now Danny Thomas, number 2. Given away. And Williams was the man that got the ball forward. Danny Thomas who got it back. Clive Allen wants it played square. O'Leary in the way. Hoddle. And Paul Davis got a foot in. Ardiles. Clive Allen. Always ready to shoot at goal, and who wouldn't be with 28 goals already this season in League and Cup. Here's Ardiles. Thomas. Spurs making much of the early play, but Quinn got that well. And John Lukic will appreciate a good feel of the ball on a day like this. Back to Kenny Sansom. Goalkeepers now, of course, have to be careful. They can't pick it up twice. Niall Quinn is still hovering up front, being marked by Richard Gough, and that's going to be one of the day's battles, I fancy. Adams takes the free kick. Here's O'Leary. And a free kick this time to Spurs, given by referee Roger Milford from Bristol. Waddle. Play on, says the referee. It was Adams' tackle. Hayes. Nicely played, well-balanced Arsenal these days with Paul Davis prodding it forward, Williams to Hayes. There's a good team understanding here that has been built up through this long unbeaten sequence. It goes back, in fact, to the end of September when Arsenal last lost at Nottingham Forest. Bobby Charlton is in the commentary position with me, and there may not be too much time to talk, Bobby. A frantic game in prospect.
Yes, looks like a battle in midfield at the present time. I think Williams and Hoddle, who comes out the best, will have a bearing on this result.
Corner to Arsenal. The Arsenal fans are packed behind that left-hand goal, the goal that Arsenal are attacking in the first half, and it's going to be Paul Davis with the kick. Sanson off the line. Could have been Thomas who got it away. It was certainly Anderson that had the chance. Sanson. And Quinn's there, and Adams is there. And it's a goal to Arsenal. They scored anyway, and Tony Adams has put them in front in dramatic fashion here. Within seconds of Spurs scoring off their goal line, look what happened here. Niall Quinn was there with the header, and Tottenham thought it was offside. The flag stayed down, Clements came out, and Adams' effort ricocheted over him and into the net. And Arsenal are in front in the North London derby after only 6 minutes. Tony Adams has scored his 6th goal of the season from centre-back, having stayed forward after the corner. Well, all sorts of things to debate later there. Clements was rescued by his defender to start with when the Anderson shot was kicked off the line, and 20-year-old Tony Adams has put Arsenal in front. But was it offside, Bobby Charlton?
Yes, I think that Mitchell Thomas, the left-back, just played them onside, as it turns out. He wasn't out as quick as the rest and let young Adams in for the goal. It's really set this game alight.
And Hayes is chasing here Danny Thomas. Well, just the start the league leaders wanted. Waddle. Galvin. Waddle's in there. Trying to find a way through for Mitchell Thomas. And he looks to have overrun that. Enough anyway for Adams to intercept. There's been some good football out of defence by Arsenal. Adams found Quinn there. And then Rocastle was in, and a little back heel by Will. Oh, look at that. That's super football by Arsenal. And Hayes onto a pass by Nicholas. Martin Hayes is going through for Arsenal, and brought down was a yes by Danny Thomas, and only just outside, which Thomas must have known, I fancy. What a move by Arsenal. One of the best pieces of football I've seen this season, and it didn't start there really. It started way, way back. The foul was deliberate. It was outside the penalty area. And only if Arsenal score will they get the reward they really deserved for an absolutely picture book move involving 4 players. They want them 10 yards back. Paul Davis, it's there! 2-0 to Arsenal. Paul Davis, and they get the reward that marvellous piece of football deserved. It was touched off with the back heel by Rocastle. It might have got a deflection as it went through there actually, but it's 2-0 to Arsenal. Let's just see if it hits somebody. Davis shoots. Well, Clement stood there unsighted, and the honours here go with Davis and Arsenal, who are 2 up after 40 minutes. And being strictly fair, one has to say that the professional foul, if you called it that, didn't pay off for Danny Thomas, because Arsenal scored from the free kick. 2 minutes left in the first half. Spurs 0, Arsenal 2 in the Centenary League match. And here's Steve Williams. And he's got away from Mabbott, and Williams' shot saved by Clements. Spurs are all over the place. Arsenal are dominating proceedings here at the moment, and it could so easily have been 3. This slick passing of the Arsenal team is putting men in the clear. On this occasion it's Williams. Neither centre-back could get to him. Clements just managed to smother the shot. Mitchell Thomas. Galvin. Mitchell Thomas still forward. Here's Clive Allen. Galvin. Now Quinn. The rain comes sheeting down still. Allen to Hoddle. Now Ozzy Ardiles is in the middle and marks, and Mitchell Thomas comes in, and Spurs have scored! Mitchell Thomas has put Tottenham back in business, and Arsenal now are stretched. Glenn Hoddle gets away, and the favourite to score is Ardiles here. But the ball goes beyond him, he couldn't reach it, Lukic couldn't either, and Thomas had come thundering through from left back and fired that into the top of the net. And once again, the team that goes 2-0 up suddenly finds that life is not that easy. Spurs reply almost instant. And it comes at a very psychological time, just before half-time, and just after Steve Williams might well have made it 3-0. And in stoppage time at the end of the first half, the North London derby lives up to expectations. What a game we've got on here now. And you can hardly hear the whistle. Arsenal, the First Division leaders, went 2 up. Tony Adams up to 6 minutes. Paul Davis 5 minutes before half-time. But then, just before the whistle, the man who just went through the picture, Mitchell Thomas, got a goal back for Tottenham, and that should set up the second half. But the feeling I've had all season that football is on the way back is borne out by the entertainment we've had here today. It's a derby match, it's full of promise, and it's still at half-time. Thomas here, the man that put them back in the match, with that goal right on half-time. What a measured player he's becoming. Martin Hayes. That's Ardiles involved again in the tackle. Hayes collides with Danny Thomas. Goff. Allen. Mitchell Thomas. Hoddle. Clive Allen, so dangerous. Hoddle again, and now Galvin. Tottenham have forced the corner. Ardiles. Steve Williams on Ardiles in a dangerous position in which to concede a free kick. Mabbott and Goff both threateningly placed. Clive Allen is in there as well. Well, what can you say about this fellow? Glenn Hoddle, who's never scored in a league derby against Arsenal, clips the top of the netting there from the free kick. That's Mabbott. Williams. Oh! Well, Stevie Williams in trouble. It's going to be a booking. He's so ultra-competitive that sometimes he goes over the edge. Roger Milford takes his name for the tussle with Ardiles. And Spurs want to get on with this so quickly, the referee will call it back. Here's Mabbott. Danger here as Kenny Sansom tries to hold it, and Glenn Hoddle came through for the shot, and it was just too high again, or rather further over the bar this time.
Glenn Hoddle, one of the most skillful and probably the most gifted footballers around. Not usual for him to go forward so many times and actually score, but he's got a tremendous brain and a great vision. He brings players into the game, and he's bringing Tottenham into this game now. There's some searching glances going around among the Arsenal players about whose responsibilities are whose, but nevertheless, Tottenham at least showing lots and lots of heart and coming forward. It's not out of the question that they can save this match yet.
Waddle. Paul Allen. This is Mitchell Thomas. Waddle's in there, but again the tackle is firm by O'Leary. Rocastle, O'Leary. Nicholas wants it played inside. Oh, look at that return. O'Leary, the player who made all the ground. But with a quarter of an hour to go, you're going to see O'Leary very hastily back in his defensive position. Williams to Nicholas. Hayes over on the left. Davis. There's going to be some activity from the substitutes bench very shortly. The two subs are Nico Klassen and Graham Ricks. Here's Ardiles, who's worked overtime today. Still looks a master craftsman. Danny Thomas to Richard Goff. Quinn. Hayes. And we're going to see a change on both sides. Little Nico Klassen, the Belgian international, and Graham Ricks, who's been out of the first team since September. Ozzy Ardiles, not surprisingly, is going to give way to an Argentine, makes way for a Belgian, to Klaassen, and Arsenal have sent off Niall Quinn, and Graham Ricks, who's had an Achilles operation and been playing some reserve games, is now back in the thick of the First Division. That substitution was made, or double substitution was made, with 13 minutes to go here. Well, when you've played in front of 110,000 people in the World Cup semi-final, the atmosphere here shouldn't be too intimidating. Here's Galvin. Klassen. Nico Klassen. Sliced by Adams, it's a corner. Arsenal protesting, but the referee has given the corner to Tottenham. 4 minutes to go. Waddle has placed the ball. Hoddle's over on that side as well. Goff and Mabbott are in the penalty area. And there's Richard Goff, and off the line! Kenny Sansom, I think, who got it away on the right-hand post. Indeed, Goff's header may have been turned on, but either way, Sansom was the player who cleared. Very close to the equaliser there, Tottenham. And Arsenal have still got some defending to do. Chris Waddle. Paul Allen going through. And again, that tower of strength, Tony Adams, with the maturity to play the ball out accurately to Martin Hayes. Davis. Don't think Graham Rix has got a touch yet. It's all going on around him. Rocastle. Nicholas. And Charlie tries to dribble his way through and gets a free kick for Arsenal. Well, there are less than 3 minutes to go. And this match is building up now to quite a climax. Davis and Nicholas and Rix all around the ball. And Nicholas, there's a deflection on it. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. Well, they may be 2-1 up, but they're still sending Viv Anderson forward and Tony Adams. And Anderson couldn't reach it, and neither could Adams. Nicholas chasing out there, but it's gone out. Well, have Tottenham got one last shot left in their locker? Here's Chris Waddle. Nicholas. Well, Tottenham was so close to the equaliser. The header was by Richard Gough. I think an Arsenal player touched it first, maybe Paul Davis or Rocastle, and then Sanson got it off the line. But they can't do it because Arsenal have won by 2-1 and go up by one match from 39 to 40 wins over their great North London rivals. But more important to these modern players, go back 4 points clear at the head of the First Division. Based again on a very sound defence, which has now let in only 13 goals in 24 league matches. The scorers for Arsenal, Adams and Davis. The scorer for Tottenham, Mitchell Thomas. But it's Tony Adams who will be a contender for man of the match. He salutes the fans, and Arsenal go back along these North London streets to their own manner with a 2-1 victory in their favour, and White Hart Lane sees another exciting